the very first episode of Divine Feminine Astrology. I am Erica Othen, and it is my highest excitement to illuminate divine feminine consciousness so we can all empower our highest selves. So this is something that it's just been in the field, it's been on my heart for a while, and I am just so excited and so grateful to be able to share this with you all. This is going to be a brand new series where I'm going to be sharing daily astrology, specifically focusing in on divine feminine energy. There is so much great astrology that's being shared by incredible astrologers, but I'm really feeling called to illuminate the divine feminine consciousness that is within us all through the lens of the cosmos. So I'm going to be specifically tuning in on the asteroids, some more well-known asteroids, as well as some more esoteric, lesser-known asteroids, starseed markings, and just kind of intuitively channeling the energy that we are collectively experiencing. Then at the end, I'm going to be sharing a card of the day and channeling a message for that as well. So let's tune in to the Divine Feminine Astrology for Thursday, April 28th. So the first thing that I'm noticing, we've got the sun at 8 degrees of Taurus, and that is actually a star nation called Cassiopeia. The Cassiopeians are known as the builders of the new earth. So we currently have the North Node traveling through Taurus. When the nodes were in Gemini and Sagittarius, that was all about the collective truth coming to light, information, light being shared within the collective. Now it's like, what do we do with this information? How do we build this new earth that we all are anchoring in, that we all have in our hearts? Well, the Cassiopeians, as a star lineage, they are really here and have incarnated on earth to help us rebuild this heart-centered frequency, heart-centered leadership with this new earth. They're also helping us interdimensionally create this. So we've got the sun at 8 degrees. Something really beautiful is that Uranus at 14 degrees is directly conjunct Hathor at 14 of Taurus. So when I was tuning into this energy, there's something that's really special and really beautiful, bringing it back to the ancient Egyptian mystery schools, those teachings. At 14 degrees of Taurus, it is also making a beautiful, positive, flowing alignment. It's making a sextile to Sirius, so we're bringing in some of that Sirius energy, specifically in relationship to the Egyptian mystery schools, the teachings of Hathor, and Hathor as a star nation, as well as goddess Hathor. It's all about the heart-centered leadership. She has a beautiful maternal energy. The Hathors as a star nation are all about 5D consciousness. How do we embody that frequency here on earth now? How do we anchor these codes, this energy more in our heart? Hathor's also about using our voice to speak our truth. And in relationship with Uranus, this is coming in like lightning. I'm seeing this as like a higher heart activation coming through like lightning. It's like a multi-dimensional higher heart activation that we all have access to right now. Again, it's making a really beautiful alignment to Sirius as well. So this is tapping into a wealth of ancient knowledge right now. We have this opportunity because, of course, Uranus is all about divine inspiration, the higher realms, revolution, great change, leading to this connection to, I want to really say, like embodying our highest energy and our higher selves. Speaking of higher energy and our higher selves, we've also got Chariklo conjunct White Moon Selena. There's a lot of like really beautiful, really specific conjunctions happening right now, especially with these more esoteric asteroids. So White Moon Selena and Chariklo conjunct, so just basically connecting with one another in the sign of Aquarius. Chariklo is the wife of Chiron. There's not a lot of information about her in mythology or even in history, but I really connect to her energy as like the healer of the healers. So in relationship to White Moon Selena, this is like an illumination of our energy body, our frequency. This is again like a really beautiful relationship to change the shifts in consciousness needed now, that we need to kind of like change and move us forward. It's almost as if we're like holding space for our multidimensional self, for our higher self. White Moon Selena is like the purity of our soul. She really is like the embodiment of our higher self. And Chariklo is just there like holding space for this. I'm almost seeing it like holding her hand. That's so funny. So as I was on a roll and I'm channeling the energy about holding space for our multidimensional self, our higher self, my camera let me know that my card was full, so I had to fix that. And now I'm back. But like tapping in and tuning in, it's just a really beautiful connection, especially in the sign of Aquarius, which is all about frequency and energy and vibration. So right now, it's as if we can really feel the vibration of our highest essence, our highest expression. This energy is also making a really beautiful alignment to Chiron and the moon. So the moon is going to be crossing over Chiron, which are both in Aries. And there's something really beautiful about this, because as Chariklo is the wife of Chiron, the moon is going to be crossing over Chiron, illuminating this vibration. And both of these energies are going to be in a really beautiful divine relationship with one another. So we have little Miss Chariklo and Chiron like in this really synergistic relationship and vibration right now. And then, as I said, the moon is just crossing over this. Tuning into the energy of the moon on Chiron, it's not always the easiest energy, because it could bring up some wounds or some triggers, especially in a sign of Aries, where the moon in Aries could feel maybe a little bit more tense, more frustrated. There could be a battle of the egos or wills. But in its highest expression, Chiron, of course, it's where we're healing our masculine energy. It's where we're healing our ego. So there could be some like inner child healing that comes up that may be triggered within the collective. But as I said, it's making a really beautiful alignment with Chariklo. So if you feel called to hold space for your inner child, have some fun, play, get a little curious, be nice and kind and tender and loving to yourself, hold space for yourself, for your inner child, celebrate your inner child now. I would say that would be a really beautiful way to spend the day, especially, if just some emotions come up or are coming through. It's important with that connection to Chiron to really feel them. You got to feel it to heal it, as they say. So, we tune into Chariklo and White Moon Selena, now in relationship to Chiron and the moon. We talked about Hathor in an exact conjunction to Uranus, which I think is really beautiful. Now let's move further into the sign of Taurus, where at 22 degrees, that's where the North Node is, and it's exactly conjunct Hecate or Hecate, however you want to pronounce that. I'm originally from Long Island, New York, so tomato, don't come at me for the pronunciation of Hecate. Today we're gonna call her Hecate today, but she's in exact conjunction with the North Node. I mean, we're talking 22, so 2222. In direct relationship to this North Node. So what does that mean? Well, the North Node is our North Star. And in the sign of Taurus, this is, what do we value? What are we building? How can we really tune in and ground in and slow down to the simple pleasures in life? How can we surround ourselves with more beauty? How can we feel more beautiful? How can we tune into the beauty that is all around us. And remember this and recognize this. This is an energy, like I said too, that we are collectively rebuilding and remembering right now. And with Hecate directly conjunct at 22 degrees of North Node, this is like, she's like opening a gateway of illumination for our divine mission here on Earth. Hecate is the goddess of the crossroads. She's where we can go for answers. So tuning in to your divine mission, spiritual leadership, heart-centered leadership now, I think is something really beautiful that we all can collectively tune in and really turn up and turn on right now. Moving into the sign of Gemini, another really like tight conjunction. We have true Lilith in connection to Isis at 27 degrees and 29 degrees of Gemini respectively. So Lilith is all about rising up, our sovereignty. How do we rise up into our truth, Gemini? How do we rise up into our light, into remembering this? Goddess Isis, an ancient Egyptian deity, but as an ascended master, there's many different emanations and expressions that she helps us with, that her consciousness supports us in and holds space for. One of them, opening up our hearts, right? When she's expanding her wings, our hearts are wide open. It's also a really beautiful energy to kind of connect with how the divine feminine really calls the masculine energy, divine masculine energy back home to their hearts. How do they really, come back? How do we come back home? How do we integrate? How do we celebrate? How do we just bring this energy back together? Lilith wants us to rise up. She will not back down. She will not bow down. She will not submit. She wants us to remember our sovereign divinity. And like I said, our truth. So right now, this is a big throat chakra activation. So, if you're feeling called to speak your truth, to express yourself, it is really celebrated. And of course, we've got Pluto making a beautiful, positive flowing trine to Mercury. This is deep transformation when it comes to our minds. How do we shift our minds into really working for us, right? How do we shift our speech? How do we speak kinder to ourselves? How do we think kind, loving thoughts to ourselves? All of this is being illuminated on the deepest soul level with this beautiful positive flowing trine to Pluto. And then of course, Pluto and Mercury are making really beautiful sextiles. So more positive flowing alignments with Neptune, Venus, and Jupiter, right? So Neptune, Venus, and Jupiter are at 24, 25, and 27 degrees of Pisces, respectively, making that beautiful alignment to Mercury and Pluto. So really a beautiful time for deep transformation, to really align our minds to create the reality that we want, that we're calling in, to co-create with this beautiful energy. That it's coming through again, that beautiful alignment with Hathor and Uranus at 14 degrees. This is the revelation of our multidimensional higher heart. How can we better embrace and embody this energy on our divine mission? So to really hold space for yourself, for the collective, to see the highest possible timeline for yourself, for your family, your friends, your loved ones, your community, for all of humanity, to really step in and see and envision the highest possible timeline for humanity now is always celebrated and always supported, but specifically with these really beautiful conjunctions and connections and positive alignments, I'm seeing it as like a really powerful, really beautiful day. Something that I think is really important to remember, especially especially as Saturn is in Aquarius, that we have the infinite possibility and potential to align with our highest timeline. We are no longer on linear time, folks, okay? We are quantum. And to remember that we always have the power, the potential, the ability to connect with the highest possible outcome, the highest possible timeline, that we are actually healing our multidimensional self and multidimensional lives. And all of these timelines right now is a really profound thing to think about, but I'm really feeling that, especially with that beautiful Aquarius energy with Characlo and White Moon Selena. We have the infinite power and potential to always begin anew. Tomorrow is a new day. Any moment that we remember that we can start fresh, begin anew, we're never running out of time. That was something else that I wanted to share, because we're not in a linear time track anymore. We've expanded beyond that here now on Earth, and tuning into that, I think, could really help empower your divine mission and empower you in greater embodying your higher self. So I hope that was, something that resonates for you all. Again, sending infinite blessings and love out to you all. Let's do a little card of the day. So this is the Sacred Gathering Oracle, I believe, but it's a really nice deck because they've got some really beautiful prayers. So calling in the highest energy, the highest timeline for today, Thursday, April 28th. And we've got 2 cards came through. So the first one is Aging. I am one with unlimited love. Beyond all seeming restrictions of age, I am filled with joy, energy, and beauty. A vessel for the divine Shakti. So really loving this card. Divine Shakti, of course, right there we've got divine feminine energy. We are filled with joy and energy and beauty. This is kind of connecting all of that Taurus energy with the Sun and Hathor and Uranus and the North Node and Hecate. And we've got Mercury just finishing up in those late degrees of Taurus. So really bringing in the beauty that is abundantly around us, remembering that we always can tune into the frequency of beauty. We just have to open our eyes and ground in, and sometimes slow down and become present with ourselves and the world around us. And then the next card that I pulled, they kind of came out together, is Ambition. May I offer all my deepest longings to love itself and invite a divine plan beyond the mind's imagining. Please use me for the highest good. Amen, aho, and so it is. What a beautiful card for the day. I love that it talked about the divine plan, and what a beautiful prayer, something to really kind of use as an affirmation. Please, God, Divine Mother, Divine Father, whatever emanation and expression of God resonates with you, but please, God, Source, your higher self, even use me for the highest good, for may I embody my divine highest self so I can connect, so that I can walk and really align with my divine plan. So beautiful cards for the day, beautiful energy for today, and it has been so beautiful connecting and sharing this with all of you. If it resonated or if it resonates, I would really appreciate if you like this video, if you felt compelled to share it, and if you subscribe. Thank you from my heart. I am going to be sharing these daily, so you're going to get a daily dose of this every single day, and just wishing you a beautiful day, sending you so much love. Thank you again. See you next time.